Senator Baldwin, not a single Republican, absent Republicans. You had the only two Republicans willing to vote for this were the women. This is a very, very dangerous situation here as the control of the Senate hangs in the balance in this election.
Right, and this is not a hypothetical threat. When the Dobbs decision came out, Justice Clarence Thomas called out several other cases that were decided historically on the same principles as Roe versus Wade was. And one of them was access to contraception. Another was the marriage equality case. And these words I found chilling from Justice Thomas. And in fact, we made it clear we need to fight back. I fought for and passed a bill to protect same-sex marriages and marriage equality with bipartisan support. But today we fought to protect the right to access contraception, an issue, by the way, that enjoys the support of over 90% of Americans, or close to 90%. But the Republicans blocked this bill from moving forward. And we see this happening across the country. And again, Lawrence, we didn't think that Roe versus Wade would ever be overturned, but it was. And my opponent is someone who cheered on the Dobbs decision, who cheered on the overturning of Roe versus Wade. He could be the one vote that Republicans need to pass a national ban and to put into jeopardy access to contraception. And we can't allow that to happen. And so if your viewers would like to help me fight back and fight to protect our rights and freedoms, please go to TammyBaldwin.com.
Let's listen to what the vice president said about this today, a former member of the Senate, Kamala Harris.
You have got to see what Donald Trump's friends in the United States Senate just did.
On this vote, the yeas are 51, the nays are 39. 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn not having voted in the affirmative. The motion is not agreed to.
Donald Trump's friends just blocked the right to have access to contraception. And just recently, Donald Trump said he was, quote, looking at policies to block access to contraception, which means safe and effective forms of birth control could be at risk. If given an opportunity, Donald Trump would sign a national abortion ban. A second Trump term would really mean more harm, more pain, and less freedoms. But we're not going to let that happen.
Senator Baldwin, I'm struck by this just as a Senate strategist. It would be so easy for the Republicans in the Senate to just take this issue off the table as an election issue just by voting for this bill. But they mean it so much that they are willing to take all of this heat against the wishes of more than 90% of voters by standing there in opposition to contraception on the floor of the United States Senate.
Absolutely. We saw it happen today. We also had a hearing earlier this week in the Senate Health Committee where the Republican witnesses made it clear that they do not support access to all contraception at all. And it is, again, a very real threat. The Dobbs decision overturning Roe versus Wade has had so many consequences. And the court made it clear they're not stopping at overturning our right to control our own bodies with regard to accessing abortion care. They're making it clear that they're going to go further. Justice Thomas, as I said before, has invited litigators to revisit this issue. And of course, not only do the elections have the consequences of potentially having people like my opponent, Eric Hovde, who would support a national ban elected to office, but they would also rubber stamp any judge. And we saw extreme judges nominated by former President Donald Trump. They would be rubber stamps for those justices and judges.